Today, we're diving into some truly hair-raising tales of spirits haunting houses. These stories are perfect for those who love a good scare and want to hear about the eerie experiences that people have had with ghosts in their own homes. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more creepy stories and horror content. Let's get started. 1. The Poltergeist of Elm Street. Emily and her family were excited to move into their charming old house on Elm Street. The house had character, with its vintage architecture and spacious rooms, but it wasn't long before they realized they weren't alone. It started with small, strange occurrences. Objects would move on their own, lights would flicker, and they would hear unexplained noises at night. Emily dismissed it as the house settling, but things quickly escalated. One evening, while they were having dinner, the plates and cutlery suddenly flew off the table, crashing onto the floor. The force was so strong that some of the items shattered. Terrified, Emily and her husband decided to set up cameras around the house to capture the activity. The footage revealed something chilling: furniture moving by itself, shadowy figures darting across the rooms, and even disembodied voices whispering. One particularly disturbing clip showed a chair sliding across the kitchen floor with no one nearby. The family called in a paranormal investigator, who confirmed their worst fears: a poltergeist was haunting their home. The investigator discovered that a previous owner had died tragically in the house and believed the spirit was restless. The investigator performed a cleansing ritual, and while the activity lessened, they never felt completely at ease. Even after the ritual, strange things would still occasionally happen. Doors would slam shut, cold spots would appear, and the whispers would return. The family eventually moved out, but the experience left them deeply shaken. They often wondered if the poltergeist still haunted their old home, making life difficult for the new occupants. 2. The Ghostly Child of Maple Avenue. Tom and Lisa were thrilled to move into their new house on Maple Avenue, a beautiful Victorian home with plenty of space for their growing family. Everything seemed perfect until their young daughter, Sophie, started talking about her new friend, Charlie. At first, Tom and Lisa thought Charlie was an imaginary friend, a normal part of childhood. But Sophie's descriptions of Charlie were disturbingly detailed. She described him as a little boy with dark hair and old-fashioned clothes, who liked to play in her room in the attic. Lisa began to feel uneasy, especially when Sophie mentioned that Charlie told her secrets about the house. One night, while tucking Sophie into bed, Lisa heard a faint giggle that wasn't Sophie's. She looked around but saw nothing. Over the next few weeks, the family experienced more strange occurrences. Toys would be moved, doors would open and close by themselves, and they would hear the sound of running footsteps when no one was there. Once, they found Sophie's toys arranged in a perfect circle, something she couldn't have done herself. Desperate for answers, they researched the history of the house and discovered that a boy named Charlie had lived there over a century ago and had died tragically in an accident. Realizing that Sophie's friend was the spirit of the deceased child, Tom and Lisa contacted a medium to help. The medium confirmed the presence of Charlie's spirit and performed a ritual to help him find peace. During the ritual, the medium communicated with Charlie, who expressed his loneliness and desire to play with Sophie. The medium reassured him and guided him towards the light. After the ritual, the disturbances stopped, and Sophie no longer mentioned Charlie. Although relieved, Tom and Lisa couldn't shake the eerie feeling that had settled over their home. They remained vigilant for any signs of the supernatural, always keeping an eye on Sophie to ensure she wasn't haunted by any other spirits. 3. The Lady in White of Oak Hill Manor. John and Mary had always dreamed of living in a grand old house, and Oak Hill Manor was everything they had hoped for. The sprawling estate was beautiful, but it had a dark history. Locals whispered about the Lady in White, a ghost said to haunt the manor, mourning her lost love. The couple brushed off the stories as mere folklore, but soon after moving in, they began to experience strange phenomena. At night, they would hear soft crying and footsteps echoing through the halls. Mary often felt a cold presence in the master bedroom and saw fleeting glimpses of a woman in a white dress. Once, she even felt a cold hand brush against her arm as she was getting ready for bed. One night, John woke up to find Mary standing at the window, staring into the garden. When he asked what she was doing, she said she was following the Lady in White, who had been calling to her. John pulled her back to bed, but the experience left them both unnerved. Determined to understand what was happening, John and Mary delved into the history of Oak Hill Manor. They discovered that the Lady in White was Elisa, a young woman who had lived in the manor over 100 years ago. Elisa had fallen in love with a soldier who never returned from war, and in her grief, she had taken her own life. John and Mary contacted a local historian and a paranormal investigator who confirmed the haunting. They decided to hold a seance to communicate with Elisa's spirit. During the seance, they learned that Elisa was trapped in the manor, waiting for her lost love. The investigator guided her towards the light, helping her to move on. After the seance, the crying and footsteps ceased, and Mary no longer saw the lady in white. John and Mary felt a sense of peace return to Oko Manor, but they always kept a candle lit in the master bedroom as a tribute to Elisa, hoping that she had finally found the rest she deserved. Conclusion. Thank you for joining us as we explored these true hair-raising tales of spirits haunting houses. From the poltergeist of Elm Street and the ghostly child of Maple Avenue to the lady in white of Oko Manor, these stories remind us of the eerie and unsettling experiences that can happen in our own homes. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with friends who love a good scare, and subscribe to our channel for more chilling tales and horror content. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest videos. Have you ever experienced something spooky in your house? Let us know in the comments below. Stay safe, and see you in the next video.